How should I add or take away from the word? You see what I'm saying? So,
James didn't add or take away.
Say, cool, Yahweh by Shem side. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here every Shabbat, every Sabbath, to teach our people. They are the true children of Israel. The southern kingdom, the Jews, the northern kingdom. You got a Khan. You got a question, brother?
Oh, my bad, bro.
No, you good, brother.
I was talking with this brother, and I was basically saying, like, now, but I truly do believe that, you know what I'm saying, that there's God, and, you know what I'm saying, I do believe that.
You believe there's a God, you said?
No, I do believe that there is God. I ain't gonna say there is a God, because I know who he is. You know what I'm saying? So, my only confusion when it comes down to this type of stuff is like now, like different versions of the Bible. You feel me? Like now, like when I was growing up and I learned, I was taught that King James was the king, you know, who had his servants rewrite the Bible to how he liked it. You know what I'm saying? And so the conversation I was having with him was, now if you say in the Bible, you know what I'm saying, thou shalt not add or take away from the Bible, then, you know what I'm saying, even though he probably personally didn't physically write it himself, he still had other people, you know what I'm saying, add and take away, so he was still in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? And in a lot of churches today, they use the King James Bible. And so I be feeling like it's a lot of deception being taught and preached, you know what I'm saying, around the world. You know what I'm saying?
In the spirit, we're gonna answer some questions. What's your nationality first, brother?
I say Hebrew, like I told him.
You believe you're a Hebrew Israelite?
I believe it, you know what I'm saying? Like I probably figured this out like last year. I grew up being Christian. You know what I'm saying?
So you know we came on slave ships, you know there's scriptures in the Bible.
Yeah. Moses say that, right? Or something like that.
Yeah,
Moses.
All praises. Deuteronomy 28. So you got any other questions, bro?
Nah, because I be having this pretty much down pat. Like I think the biggest debate now is like when the Sabbath falls. You know what I'm saying? Some people say Saturday, some people say Sunday, some people say Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
Revelation 22:14.
And so then I think about all the Bibles that's not, I mean all the books that's not even in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like why they take them out? All type of stuff, bro.
Matter of fact, give me Sirach 7. Alright, so
bring it out.
Now that you know that you're an Israelite, brother, there's something that the Most High God requires of us. Outside of just know, that's half the battle. He's like halfway there. But what's the next thing that the Most High God requires of us once we wake up to our true nationality? What you got to do next? You say
get baptized or something.
All right, we're gonna let the word speak. Go ahead, brother, right here.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways,
right? Go ahead.
And to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of the Lord.
To do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
To do what I want to do.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
Go on.
And his statutes, which I command thee today for thy good.
What you got, Masha?
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandment,
whoever keeps the commandments,
shall feel no evil thing.
Shall feel no evil thing. What you got right there, brother? Go ahead.
Book of Revelation chapter 22 and verse Revelation chapter 14 and verse 5. 22 and 14. So like, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life.
Blessed are they that what?
That keep his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city.
The gates of the city of heaven, brother. What you got down there, Tim?
It's all right. Chapter 7 and verse 1. Do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee.
So what does the Lord require of you, brother, based on these scriptures that you just brought out to you?
Well, what I heard is keep the commandments.
Keep the
you know
commandments.
What I'm saying? But I be feeling like it's more than that. You know, like that just make it seem too easy. Huh?
Go ahead, I'm listening to you. You say keeping the commandments make it seem too easy?
No. Yeah, like I be feeling like there's more to that. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how we all know the saying is like, okay, a person can read the Bible from page 1 to the end every day that they live and still go to hell. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
well, hell is not a place, brother. Hail it. I feel like maybe we don't have to do all that because ...
No,
What you
I
got?
feel like we gotta do more than that. That's what I was saying.
Well, let's build up the foundation, then we'll find out if there's more. Go ahead, King.
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 9.
Right?
The heart is deceitful above all things.
I think I can do whatever I want to do.
The heart is deceitful above all things.
I think that there's more than just keeping the commandments.
The heart is deceitful above all things.
Keep going.
And desperately wicked.
Right,
Who can know it?
right. The heart is desperately wicked. Brother, give me Proverbs 20 and 24 real quick. So, you just read that the Lord thy God said, if you love him, you're going to keep the commandments. Give me 1 John 5 and 3. Give me John 14 and 15. Somebody.
Bring it out.
Whoever got whatever first, bring it out for the brother.
Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 24.
Right?
Man's goings are of the Lord.
So the Lord brought you up here today so that he can show you what he requires of you. Go ahead.
How can a man then understand his own way?
So how can you didn't know you was gonna be up here today? You see what I'm saying? You didn't know you was gonna come out here and meet.
Because I always try to stop by like maybe not like this
Right.
specific group.
Right.
They usually wear purple and they be
Right.
in front of the 5-point stove. So I
Right.
usually, you know what I'm saying? I know.
So you
know.
understand that the brother just said man's goings are of the Lord. The Lord put you here no matter what you think.
No. Most
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
Most definitely.
Because he want to give you the opportunity to choose life or death today. Keep going. This is love, brother. This is not a rebuke. This is love.
Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? It is a snare to the man who devoureth that which is holy.
Right. So, keep going.
And after vows to make inquiry.
Come. So man's goings are of the Lord. What you got, brother?
John chapter 14, verse 15.
Bring it out.
If ye love me, keep my commandments.
Do you love God? Of course. How do you know?
Because I'm still breathing.
Right. You look. So everybody breathing can say the same thing.
Well,
Right.
because of
Cats
okay.
breathe.
If how I know God loved me, that's how you said the question
I
was?
said, do you love God?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because I do certain things that I don't have no business doing. Like
Right.
for example, like right now, I got 2 people in my spot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That I done took in. Well, really 3, but 1 left. I got 2 people that I don't know from a can of paint. You know what I'm saying? They in my spot.
Right.
Don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I do a lot of stuff. Like I have a great heart. You know what I'm saying? And I love my neighbor how you supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I treat others how I want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right. Read what you got. Yeah, brother.
Book of John chapter 14
No.
and verse 2.
1 John 5 and 3.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3.
Hold on. So you said I asked you. My question was, do you love God?
Yes.
Let's see what the Bible says though, because again, the brother brought out. You know, we have a thing in our heart that don't always line up with what the scriptures say. These scriptures on these paper are the Most High's heart, in black and white. So that's how we find out where we going off at, where we walking the straight and narrow at. Go ahead, brother.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3.
Right.
For this is the love of God,
Say you love God. This is what the Lord says the love God is. Go ahead.
that we keep his commandments.
That we what?
That we keep his commandments.
That we just say that we love God because we're breathing.
That we keep his commandments.
We love God because it just feels like we do.
That we keep his
I
commandments.
love God because I got 2 people in my apartment. The Most High keep blessing me. He keep letting me live. What does the word say?
That we keep his
So
commandments.
what does the Most High require of you, brother?
Keep the commandments.
You gotta learn. You gotta keep these commandments.
Yeah.
Ain't no if and buts about it, or you're gonna be destroyed in this lifetime and in the next lifetime. Because the Most High gonna regenerate these souls again, man. But this is the end of our captivity, man. Ain't gonna be no captivity after this.
So
Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
brother.
it's good,
Finish.
brother.
Okay,
Good
so
for you.
like now back to our situation. So like
Right.
now, growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I grew up in a Christian church. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? A bunch
Right.
of white people. So
Give me the laws, brother. Give me the laws.
how I think about it, like up there somewhere is heaven.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then down there is hell. But from what I'm getting from you, saying that there is no fiery place called hell.
All right. So before we deal with that, brother, we're gonna build the foundation. But we could go there and stay there all day. But if you don't understand that you're an Israelite that got to keep the commandments, ain't no sense in talking to you about no heaven and no earth, because you're not gonna get it. You understand? So first, we want to help you live. We want to help you understand what the Most High God requires of you. Is that clear?
Yeah.
All right, brother, bring out the law for us.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 27.
Bring it out. You just heard that he that doeth the commandments shall enter into the gates into the city, shall enter into the gates of heaven, right? Didn't the scripture say that heaven is going to be on earth? The New Jerusalem is going to come down, it's going to be on earth. What does that mean? That means our estate is going to be changed. We're going to have new incorruptible bodies. That means the Israelites ain't going to die no more. That means we're going to have superpowers like you see about like in the damn movies, the Hancock stuff. Damn X-Men powers. We're gonna have Incredible Hulk gonna be walking around here with some damn locks in his hair, big ass black man with a gold grill in his mouth, man.
That's right.
We're gonna be the rulers of this the kings of this earth again, man.
That's right.
Ain't gonna be no more shooting us down in the streets from the police, man. Ain't gonna be no more Section 8. That's what heaven is gonna be, brother. You've been lied to by the Christian church, like all of us have. So go ahead and bring out that law, brother. So these are the laws, man. We're gonna walk them down for you, man.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 27.
Right.
You shall not round the corners of your heads,
You should not bulge your head.
neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
And that sounds like a silly thing, right? Why do you think the Most High would say to a so-called black man, don't round the corners of your head, don't bulge your head, don't Michael Jordan yourself?
I know, like the longer your hair get, the more knowledge it comes.
There's no scripture for that. We the only people predominantly that get hair bumps when we shave our skin to the meat, our hair to the meat, right? As a whole.
Right.
Other nations that don't happen to because it's not our way. That's an Egyptian custom, right? Read it again.
Leviticus 19 and 27.
Right.
You shall not round the corners of your heads,
Right.
neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
You're not supposed to shave your hair. Why? Because when you have a beard, you look like a man. Why is it that when America, most of the jobs, you go to an interview, most times you're in management, any job, almost for that matter, you in the food industry, they want you to shave your beard. Why? Because we're in the land of our captivity. They want you to look and think like a boy, right? When you a black ass man with a big ass beard, you a scary ass nigga, man.
Get out.
They don't want to see that. They don't want to see you standing up on your feet with your balls in your hand, knowing who you are. Girding up thy loins like a true king of the earth, man. That's a scary sight to the white man. You
That's
understand
right.
that? So if you got that in your mind, how much more of a terror are you when you teach that to your sons? And your sons teach it to their sons. You're a damn problem. You understand? You're a real king, man. Right? So you got the beard. I don't know. Can you grow the rest of it?
I tried it. This one never grow.
I mean,
But
you
this,
got,
yeah.
Hey,
This be grown.
hey, don't cut it is the point. You know what I'm saying? Let that thing. How do you tell the difference between a female lion and a male lion? It's obvious, right?
Oh yeah.
A male lion is a much scarier sight to see than a female lion, right? And you can identify him because of that mane, man. This is our mane. Didn't Christ come from don't they call Christ the Lion of Judah, man? Right? Don't that make sense? Don't you think Christ had a beard?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've never seen Christ, but
Right, well, the image is in there.
Yeah.
What color do you think he is?
I definitely don't think he's this person.
He's definitely not that.
He's definitely not him.
So what tribe would you say that you're from, brother?
Judah.
You from the tribe of Judah, all praises.
Yeah.
Well, the Messiah is from the tribe of Judah too, man. So that means his blood is literally running through your veins, man. That's not a game, that's not a joke, right?
Sometimes I feel that way because, bro, I promise you I'm supposed to be dead or I'm supposed to still be like locked up or some shit, man. That's why I say, like, when you ask me, do I believe in God? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So what did the Lord say about your hair and your beard, bro?
Well, before this, I had dreads.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My mom made me cut them off because,
What did the Lord just
but not to round your head. You know
not to
what I'm
bald
saying?
your head and let your beard grow,
Yeah.
right? Brother, bring out another precept. We got one
I
more.
got
So
one.
go ahead.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 28.
Right.
You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord.
What does that mean, brother?
Tattoos.
So if you got them,
I got tattoos.
So we all have been in sin before we knew that we were Israelites. But once we found out we are children of the Most High, we turned away from those things. To repent means you turn away from the doings that the Most High hates. You don't do them no more. So no more tattoos, you understand? Yeah. So that's plain and simple. Brother, bring out another one.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8.
Bring it up.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days should thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son nor thy daughter, thy manservant nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
So is that clear? You understand that? The Sabbath day, 6 days the Lord labored, the 7th day he what? So what is the 7th day in the land of our enemies right now?
Sabbath.
7th day would be
Sunday?
considered Saturday.
Oh.
Now, brother, give me Genesis 1 and 5 real quick so we can set the understanding of it. Right? So 6 days, so according to the calendar of our enemies, the Gregorian calendar, that's what we go by now. Before this, I think it was the Julian calendar. Sunday is the first day according to this calendar. So we kind of got to go by the standards of what, you know, we in the land of our enemies right now. So the 7th day tip is Saturday. That's why we out here sacrificing our bodies, sacrificing our time, sacrificing our mind, out here in the cold elements, rain, sleet, hail, snow, it don't matter. We're going to be out here teaching our people that they're the kings of the earth.
That's right.
Daughters of the princesses of the earth, man.
I got a question.
Go ahead, brother.
Then they say God never rests, though, right? God's always working, right? Right?
Well, I can't attest to that, but go ahead.
You know, so like someone asked me a question and I couldn't answer it, so I don't know, I'm gonna ask you the same question and maybe you'll be able to answer it. So when I was kind of telling people that, like the whole 6 days, God worked 6 days, and Sunday he rested, somebody was like, well, they just try to put a counter argument like, well, if God, you know what I'm saying, like when does God rest? Like why would God get tired? You know what I'm saying? Like why does God need to rest? I forgot how he put it, but I understood what he was saying, and it made me think like, oh well, like, you know, God, if God is all omnipotent, omnipresent, you know what I'm saying, everything, and you got God's strength, you know what I'm saying, how do you get tired? But that's not for me to understand, you know what I'm saying?
All right, brother got an answer for you. Go ahead right here.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 4, I'll start verse 9. I'll start verse 8. For if Jesus had given them rest, then would he not afterward have spoken of another day? There remaineth therefore a rest of the people of God, for he that is entered into his rest, he also have ceased from his own works, as God did from his. Let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of the
Right, so let us do what the Most High commanded, especially when we're saying this is a day of rest for us. And we out here, even though we look like we standing up doing work, hey, this is damn therapy. We come out here, love on our people, hey, hit the Edomites in the head spiritually. Tell the Chinese man he going into slavery. Hey, this is the best therapy you can get. Hey, ain't no pills like this, man. Ain't no strong drink like this. Right? Ain't no drugs like this, man. I come out here and get edified, man, kicking with my brothers. Feast days, we kicking it. Hey, this is my medicine. Hey, this is where you need to be. You need to be on the other side with us. It's time to cut the folly and the madness out. Stop walking around doing your own things on the Sabbath, man. You say you know you're an Israelite, that don't mean you out to clear yet. We giving you these commandments so that you can make a decision, life or death. Choose ye this day whom you shall serve, right? Who got that Isaiah 58? Go ahead.
This book of Isaiah, chapter 58, Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thy own ways.
Not doing thy what?
Not doing thine own ways. Nor finding thy own pleasure.
Finding thy own pleasure, man. Walking up and down, getting on the Ferris wheel, you know what I'm saying, going to Waffle House, you know what I'm saying, whatever is your own pleasure. Not doing your own ways. Go, keep going.
Nor finding thy own pleasure,
right?
Nor speaking thy own words.
Speaking thy own words. That plain as day? Go ahead, bro.
God, this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 32.
Now the Sabbath, we know it's Saturday. Brother, before you get that, who got Genesis 1 and 5 from? Is it 1 and 5? Fine.
Book of Genesis 1, verse.
So everything that the Most High set up, the spiritual demon Satan uses his people to do the opposite on the left-hand side. So the world and the way we have learned is that a new day starts when the sun comes up. Most of the things that the Most High does starts when it's dark, like a new moon. It's dark. And then as it increases in its perfection, right? So a day actually starts when the sun goes down, right? But we never heard that before, right? Let's find out if this is true. I might be telling a lie. Go ahead.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 5. And God called the light day,
right?
And the darkness he called night,
right?
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
You hear that? The evening and the morning were the first full day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
When the sun went down and when the sun came back up, basically from sundown to sundown is 24 hours. And again, whatever he established, the wickedness of the world, the wickedness of our enemies, they teach us the opposite, so we can't connect the dots. You understand? Keep going. What you got?
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 32.
Bring it out.
It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest,
Right.
and ye shall afflict your soul.
Afflict your soul.
And the 9th day of the month at even,
Right.
from even unto even.
So the Sabbath is from even to even, which is evening to evening. Our days start in the evening. The next evening is a full 24 hours.
So it'll be like tonight till tomorrow.
Basically, in the next couple hours, the day is going to end. The Sabbath will be over, but we're going to be out here bringing it out anyway, right? So from Friday night, about 6 o'clock, to Saturday night, in a few hours, 6 o'clock, that's pretty much the year. You know what I'm saying? But you're not ever going to hear that in the Christian church. You know, they're not going to tell you. Most of them don't know.
But honestly, bro, I haven't been to, I don't know. I don't
Give me that number, 15,
seem like a bad person, but I ain't been to, because something was telling me something was off as I got older.
Church, right.
Yeah, it was just something.
Hey, they are.
So I stopped going.
Yeah, good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey,
So-
the Most High was building you up for a day like this.
That's
He was
right.
building you up to bring you out here, so you'll get to hear the trueness of the true gospel. Who got that? Who got that? Yeah. Con.
So,
Go ahead. The number's 1538.
I got it. Numbers chapter 15, verse 38.
So we're going through the laws, brother. The main laws. It's 613 laws. And don't let that number overwhelm you, right? Because the majority of the laws, some of the laws you're keeping and don't even know it. Like you said, like your beard is on your face. You know what I'm saying? You know you're an Israelite, so you've kind of separated yourself from Babylon, from the ways of this world. So you kind of already in the mix, man. Go ahead. But this is a major commandment right there, and it's going to tie back to the Sabbath, and we're gonna break it down well.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 38.
Right.
Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make the fringes and the borders of their garments.
So speak to the children of Israel and bid them. To bid them means to command them. So this is a direct order from our commander-in-chief, Yahweh. Right? Keep going.
Throughout their generations.
Right?
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So basically, if you look around at all these brothers, man, we got fringes. These are fringes. These are what we consider fringes, and they come in different forms. But he said, put on the fringes a ribbon of blue. Start over at verse 1.
So do y'all wear every single one of y'all shirts at the crib?
Every single day, I step out of my entrance across that threshold. I got fringes on without fail. That's right. Without fail. Sometimes I sleep in them just to be overright.
That's right.
Right. So let's explain why. We're gonna show you why that actually happened. Skip to the part where the brother was breaking and gathering sticks.
Oh, come. This is Numbers chapter 15, verse 33. I'm gonna start at verse 32. And it says, and while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day.
This is how important the Sabbath. This is the Most High, most holy day, man. This is his #1 day, man, over all the days. Go ahead. They found a man gathering sticks on the Shabbat, on the Sabbath. Go ahead.
And they put him inward.
They put him in the middle of the camp amongst all the elders. Go ahead.
Because it was not declared what should be done to him.
They didn't know what to do to the brother just yet. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses,
Yahweh said unto Moses,
the man shall be surely put to death.
the man shall be what?
Surely put to death.
Hey, that's how the Most High feels about a nigga breaking the Sabbath. Keep going.
All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp.
Hey, they could have just cut his head off. They could have just thrust him through and made it quick. Most High wanted it to be slow and painful, man. He said, stone the brother, man, till he.
So I got another question.
But is that clear before we go?
No, it's very clear. You know
what are you going to do about your Sabbath going forward? But now you're accountable.
I'm a rest. You know what I'm saying? I'm
You're
going
gonna
to
rest?
crib.
Hey, come out here with your brothers, man. Break bread with your brothers. Learn about the feast days. Because another commandment is you got to separate from these holidays.
Right. I don't
Christmas-
celebrate them.
Well, you got holidays. They call holy days. Again, whatever the Most High set up, the wicked perverted on the other side. So they took the holy days, put an I in there, and called it holidays. You understand that clear? You see? So
Just broke
Thanksgiving,
that word down.
huh?
I said you broke that word
You know
down.
what I'm saying?
I didn't even know that spelled that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So our holy days, you got Feast of Purim.
Like,
You got the Feast of Nicanor.
keep
You got Passover, which the world called Easter. Yeah, I ain't never seen no rabbit shit an egg. It's like for the land. Poop out an egg. What is eggs and rabbits got to do with the Most High holiday?
Right.
That don't make no sense. You got Christmas. Hey, that's Feast of Tabernacles, man. You got so many. You got the new moons. Every 30 days is another holiday to the Most High, man.
That's right.
Every 7 days, the Sabbath is a holiday to the children.
That's right.
We get excited about this thing, man.
That's right.
Keep going, brother.
And it says, verse 36, and all the congregation brought him without the camp and stoned him with stones, and he died as the Lord commanded Moses.
Right?
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
Right?
Speak unto the children of Israel,
Here's the point. Keep going.
woo, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of the garment.
That's why we wear these fringes, you understand?
Ah.
We don't want to get put to death. Keep going.
Throughout their generation,
Right.
and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
That we put up on the borders. Everybody show the brother their fringes, if you can. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. And they come in different forms. Hey, we take this thing very, very seriously, brother. This is our heritage. This is our custom.
Right.
Hey, when I found out I was an Israelite, man, I cried like a baby, man. I'm a preacher's kid, man. I was so excited I didn't have to go to church no more. I'm tired of sitting in the damn choir stand.
God.
Tired of hearing the pastor passing the offering plate 16 times, man. Tired of going to church in the morning. I got to turn around and go to church at night, too. After every service, the pastor talk about, hey, don't forget to buy my books in the back, man. Hey, I got a chicken dinner waiting on you in the back, man. Gonna cost you $8.50. Hey, I was excited. Hey, were all the brothers excited to find out they were Israelites immediately?
Come
You know
on!
what I'm saying, brother? This ain't no game. Hey, we the kings of the earth. We're gonna be putting these other nations to death soon.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You understand that, brother? That's your right. Hey, these people were, hey, when you see a white man walking around these streets, man, that's a runaway slave. The Most High set these other nations up because we broke these commandments as a nation of people.
I know all about that. That's
You know
why
what
we
I'm
going
saying?
through what we going
So
through.
you can't walk on, so you say brother, it's time to do.
That's right.
It's time to do and stop just knowing. Because that just knowing and not doing gonna get you put to death. So we out here with a love rebuke. We out here waking our people up in love, telling you, come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? Learn. You just heard about the fringes. You just heard about the Sabbath. You just learned about your beard, your hair, right? Before we go on with other questions, we got to give you the law, man. Hey, Most High might put me to death if I don't. I got to give you the law. Brother got some more law? Hey, get a brother Leviticus 11, man. Right, brother got that. What you got? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 119, and verse 6.
There you go.
I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments.
Hey, that's King David. King David said, I made haste. I moved quickly to keep the commandments. I didn't sit up and say, I got time. I didn't sit up here and say, I can wait till 2 more Sabbaths, man. I'm going to wait till after the holidays. Hey, David said, I made haste. You know what haste is, brother? Haste means quickly. If I say get over here hastily, that means get your ass over here now. Read it again.
Psalm 119 and verse 60.
Right.
I made haste and delayed not to keep thy
Hey, give
commandments.
me that Sirach 5 and 7. All right, keep going on that. Let's go back. You hold something. Sure, you hold something.
Verse 61. The bands of the wicked have robbed me,
Right,
but I have not forgotten thy law.
right. Hear that? He said the bands of the wicked have robbed me. Meaning these so-called white men, so-called Arabs, Ismailites, these Chinese men, all these other nations have robbed us, man. But he said, I shall not forget thy law. Wasn't David, haven't you heard that David was the man closest to the Most High's heart? You ain't heard that before? Hey, if a brother, everybody hold something, somebody hold what you got, but also give me 1 Samuel 13:13 real quick.
1 Samuel chapter 13 and verse 13.
Right.
And Samuel said to Saul, thou hast done foolishly.
All right, King Saul, we know was wicked. Most High destroyed him, right? Keep going.
Thou hast not kept the commandment of the Lord thy God.
King Saul was supposed to destroy the fake Jews, the Amalekites. He said destroy the infants, destroy the women, children, ass, suckling, everything. And what did he do? Keep going.
Which he commanded thee. For now would the Lord have established thy kingdom upon Israel forever.
If you keep my commandments, Saul, I'll establish your kingdom forever. But what did he do though?
But now thy kingdom shall not continue.
Thy kingdom shall not continue, and then what?
The Lord has sought him a man after his own heart.
And who came after King Saul? As a king of Israel? King David, from the tribe of Judah, same tribe you from.
That's right.
Same tribe, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, who you call Jesus is from. You're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, man. You're just not no regular king. You don't need no regular God. Brother, bring out what you got.
Proverbs chapter 7 and verse 2.
All right.
Keep my commandments
Keep my commandments.
and live,
All right.
and my law as the apple of thine eye.
Keep my commandments and live, brother. That's plain from the table. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stress it. We can't stress it enough. Keeping the commandments, having the faith in Hamashiach, man, that's the formula. You understand? So when you go to bed at night, if you're not trying to figure out what the law is beyond what we reading, we just giving you a tip of the iceberg. You ain't trying to figure it all out. Hey, you most high. Hey, the angels are recording. You know what I'm saying? Angels are recording. Hey, we getting the blood off our hands when we tell our people that they the Israelites. When we give you the commandments, but it's up to you to be diligent and to go forward. How are you really going to learn if you are by yourself? You got to come out here with your brothers, man. We didn't know each other before we came into this trip. We excited. Hey, this is my family. I ain't got no other family now. Hey, you don't keep the commandments, I don't know your ass. Straight up. Give me Matthew 12:51. Go ahead with you got.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 5 and verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord and put not off from day to day.
What's it mean to tarry?
Meaning to wait.
Right. Don't wait. So he said, make no tarrying. Do not wait. Read it from the top.
Make no tarrying
Do not wait.
to turn to the Lord
Turn to the Lord and keep the commandments.
and put not off from day to day.
Don't do what you want to do from day to day, thinking you got time. Go ahead.
Suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord
The Lord comes forth. So go ahead.
in thy security.
In your security, you feel like, hey, I got 30 G's in the bank. I got a nice job, man.
Thou shalt be destroyed.
Thou shalt be destroyed. You understand? You got that Matthew 12.
And perish in the day of vengeance.
Matthew chapter 12 verse 48. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother?
Right, so this was an account, so-called Jesus, he was in a crowd teaching. Somebody ran up to him and was like, hey, your mom, your brother, they outside of the, it's a big group. They was like, your mom and your brother outside, they wanna deal with you real quick. Jesus, he was like, what?
And who are my brothers?
He said, who is my brothers?
And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples,
Right.
and said, behold, my mother and my brother.
Right.
For whosoever shall do the will of my Father,
The will of the Father is keeping the commandments.
which is in heaven,
Right.
the same is my brother and sister and mother.
Right. Did you hear that? You understand that? You sure? Brother, give me Matthew 19, 16 if you got it. So how do you enter into the kingdom of heaven, brother, according to the scripture? You gotta learn them, you gotta keep them. It's okay if you don't know them right now. It's still, hey, we still learning. But what you iron sharpen iron, so you're only gonna be stronger when you step out amongst your brethren and learn this word. This is your history, if you didn't know that. This is really where you come from. That's why in school they could only tell you about the slave ship. They don't go back no further. People think they from Africa. Hey, it's over 50 countries in Africa. How come you don't know if you from down Cameroon? How come you don't know if you're from the Ivory Coast? Not one black person can really tell you that. You know what I'm saying? That's because it's a lie. They don't want you to know that this is your history. Because when we come back to this Bible as a nation, we're going to be a terror upon the earth to all other nationalities. Do what you got.